Hi, I'm Jessica William, a 29-year-old marketing executive at Tech Vibe, one of Boston's fastest-growing startups. 3 years ago, I thought I had everything figured out. I met my husband Charles at a tech conference where I was presenting our company's latest marketing campaign. Charles, a brilliant software engineer, seemed captivated by my talk on digital marketing strategies. Within a year, we were married, and I believed I'd found someone who supported my dreams. "You're like a female Steve Jobs," he'd say, making me blush with pride. Then his parents started visiting more frequently, and things took a turn. My father-in-law, Matthew, a big-shot real estate developer, would sit across the dinner table with a smug smile that I grew to despise. "Jessica, still playing office while other women are building families?" he'd jab. "I'm building both a career and a family, Matthew," I'd respond, gripping my fork tightly. My mother-in-law, Barbara, would just adjust her pearl necklace, avoiding eye contact. My best friend Rachel saw right through them. At our housewarming party, she pulled me aside after Matthew lectured everyone about traditional family values. "That man gives me serious control freak vibes," she whispered. Later, I vented to Charles about Matthew's remarks, but he brushed it off. "Dad's just old school, don't take it personally." My parents, Mike and Linda, were a breath of fresh air whenever they visited. They'd remind me of the value of chasing my dreams. "You're killing it, sweetie," Dad would beam, while Mom would share stories of her own career battles. "Remember, Jessica, a woman's worth isn't measured by her cooking skills," she'd say after another tense dinner with my in-laws. But Matthew's jabs kept coming. At every family gathering, he'd belittle my job. "Marketing, isn't that just making pretty pictures on Facebook? When are you giving Charles some real happiness? A woman's true calling is in the home, what do you think?" Eventually, I noticed subtle changes in Charles. He'd make odd comments about couples where the wife stayed home. "They seem so happy, don't they?" Rachel warned me, men like Matthew don't stop until they get their way. I brushed it off, insisting Charles would never let his dad control our marriage, but the knot in my stomach was hard to ignore. At the Williams' annual Easter gathering, I overheard Matthew in the study, offering Charles a VP position at his company. "A real man provides enough so his wife doesn't need to work," he said. "Your marriage is becoming the family joke." I felt sick, but stayed quiet. Later that week, Charles suggested, "Maybe you could consult part-time. We could travel more." "Quit my job?" I asked, shocked. "I just landed the Samsung account." He shrugged. "We don't need both incomes." When I showed Rachel the text I found on Charles' phone, "Handle your home situation and the VP position is yours. Barbara will help Jessica adjust." She was furious. "This is manipulation," she said. "We need to document everything." Soon after, Karen, Charles' cousin, reached out over LinkedIn saying, "I saw your post about the Samsung deal. There's something you should know." Over coffee, she told me how Uncle Matthew pressured her mother to quit teaching. When she refused, he spread rumors that she was neglecting her family and the marriage didn't survive. "Matthew's been telling everyone you're too ambitious and neglecting Charles," Karen warned. The signs were everywhere. Charles started having regular business lunches with his dad, and our joint account showed a suspicious $50,000 transfer. "What's this for?" I asked, my voice tight. "It's Dad's new development project," Charles replied. "You didn't think to discuss it with me first?" He waved me off. "Stop being so controlling, Jessica." With Rachel's help, I started a paper trail, forwarding texts, emails, everything. "And girl," she urged, "get your own bank account." The final straw came at a family dinner when Barbara pulled me aside. "Matthew mentioned you've been missing work to go shopping. Is everything all right?" I stared at her, appalled. "What? I'd never." She gave a sympathetic smile. "It's okay. We all struggle with work-life balance. That's why I chose family." That night, I confronted Charles. "Your dad's spreading lies about me. He's just concerned. Maybe if you spent more time at home." "More time doing what? Being barefoot and pregnant?" I snapped. "Don't be dramatic. Dad's offering me an amazing opportunity, with strings attached to my career." I called Karen again. "How did your mom handle it?" "She didn't," Karen said grimly. "And that's why they won. You need to be smarter, collect evidence. These men think they're untouchable, so they always leave a paper trail." Little did they know, I was already building my case. The missing money in our account was just the beginning. I hired a financial investigator who traced our missing funds. The investment in William Enterprises, It's actually funding a shell company, the investigator explained, handing me documents. Karen called shortly after with more bombshells. The feds are investigating Uncle Matthew for fraud, she revealed. That development project, it's a massive Ponzi scheme. Later, I got a text from Tom, Charles' coworker. Heads up, saw Charles interviewing at Apex Corp yesterday. Thought you should know. That night, I confronted Charles, laying out the bank statements. Where's the rest of our savings? You're overreacting. Dad's project is solid. The project under federal investigation. His face went white. What are you talking about? Cut the act, Charles. I know about the shell company and the Apex interview. You're spying on me now. He exploded. You're just as career-obsessed as they say. Then my work phone rang. It was Maria, my boss. Jessica, we received some troubling emails from a Matthew William, claiming you've been leaking company data. Matthew has no connection to Tech Vibe, I said, my voice shaking. This is harassment. I showed Maria the documentation Rachel helped me compile. At an emergency meeting, I laid everything out. After reviewing the evidence, Maria turned to me. These accusations are clearly harassment. We're behind you, Jessica. That night, Charles was packing a bag. Dad says I can stay at their guest house while we figure things out. Figure out what, Charles? How to destroy my career. You're choosing your job over our marriage. No, you're choosing your father's manipulation over your wife. Karen called with one last piece of information. There are more victims, Jessica. Aunt Patricia. Matthew got her fired from her law firm. And Charles' ex-girlfriend, Jenny, she lost her teaching job after refusing to quit. How many women? At least 5. It's his pattern. Pressure, lies, then financial blackmail. Charles made one last attempt. Dad's willing to forget everything if I just what? Become another trophy wife for him to control. He's trying to protect our family. No, he's trying to protect his ego. And those missing funds, they're funding his fraud. You don't understand business. I understand enough to know the feds are circling. Get out, Charles. I'm done. After you left, Barbara called, crying. I should have warned you. I saw what Matthew did to the others. Why didn't you stop him? He controlled all our money. I couldn't. I looked at the evidence spread across my desk. Bank statements, emails, testimonies from other women Matthew had sabotaged. He'd finally messed with the wrong daughter-in-law. The divorce papers landed on my desk the same morning the FBI raided William Enterprises. Your documents were crucial to our investigation, Agent Thompson confirmed. Matthew's fraud scheme goes back decades. As I watched the news coverage, my phone buzzed. It was Barbara. I'm staying with my sister. I finally filed for divorce. He drained our accounts yesterday, but I have copies of everything. Use my lawyer. She's a shark. And Jessica, I'm proud of you. After 30 years, I found my spine. Did you hear? Rachel burst into my office, waving a newspaper. Charles got fired. Security escorted him out. His company found out about his connection to the fraud. He's radioactive in tech now. Nobody will touch him. They're even investigating his old projects for data breaches. Maria called an emergency meeting with the executive team. With our Samsung campaign success hitting $100 million and recent events showing your integrity, we're promoting you to Chief Marketing Officer. The board vote was unanimous. The good news kept coming. Karen rallied other victims for federal testimony. 2 years later, after a board meeting, I was leaving the office when a familiar face appeared in the lobby. Jessica, please, can we talk? Just 5 minutes, Charles pleaded. Security. I'm working retail now. At the mall. I was wrong. Dad controlled everything. I lost everything. Like you tried controlling me? Like you stole our savings. I said, my voice cold. That's the exit, Charles. Use it. The next day, during a Women in Tech mentoring session, a news alert popped up on my phone. Breaking. Matthew Williams sentenced to 15 years for fraud. Judge cites systematic abuse of power and trust. One of the interns raised her hand. Is it true you helped bring down a corporate criminal while launching a global marketing campaign? I smiled. I brought down more than that. I brought down a system that thought it could crush women's dreams. Now, who's ready to learn about breaking glass ceilings? Karen and I launched a support network for career women facing family and societal pressures. At our first event, the convention center was packed. Remember when Uncle Matthew thought he was untouchable? Karen laughed at the launch party. Now he's trading designer suits for prison orange. Barbara was there too, thriving in her new real estate agency, a testament to her newfound freedom. Charles was folding sweaters at the mall. Matthew was making license plates. Rachel raised a glass. To Karma, and to my best friend, the newest member of Forbes 40 Under 40. The following week, Maria approved our new mentorship initiative with a 7-figure budget. Your program is exactly what this industry needs. The board wants to take it national. Standing in my corner office, I looked at the framed headline on the wall. William Enterprises collapse reveals decades of fraud. Women leaders emerge stronger. I smiled, feeling the impact of what we built. Sometimes the best revenge isn't just success. It's making sure you're not the last success story. Let them try to stop us now. Now let's turn the question to you. What would you do if you discovered your spouse wasn't just betraying you, but actively conspiring with their family to destroy your career? Would you gather evidence quietly, like Jessica, or confront them immediately? And here's an even deeper question. If your spouse's parent was trying to control your life through financial manipulation, would you try to save your marriage first, or protect your career? Let's talk about that $50,000 transfer Charles made behind Jessica's back. Was that the biggest red flag, or was it when he started suggesting she should quit her job? At what point do you think Jessica should have realized her marriage was beyond saving? Share your thoughts in the comments below.